Greetings, beautiful soul. Today, we're going to discuss something deeply personal. Something that involves a divine promise about the person you're going to marry. Yes, the person you've been waiting for, the one that is destined to walk by your side for the rest of your life. And trust me, the age of this person will surprise you. But when you hear it, you will know it is no coincidence. This is God's plan at work. I know that waiting for true love can feel like an eternity sometimes. It can feel like your heart is waiting in silence, and all the questions you have are unanswered. But I want to assure you, my friend, that God's timing is always perfect. Everything happens in His perfect timing, and right now, He is preparing both you and your future spouse for the greatest love story of your life. But before we dive deeper, I want you to do something for me. I want you to comment below the phrase, "I believe in God," or "I love God," or any phrase that reflects your faith. This will help boost your connection with God, and you'll begin to see divine movement in your life. Here's a verse to guide you, Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." As we reflect on this verse, let's remember that our love story is divinely written, and God is leading us to exactly where we need to be. His promise is to bless us with a love that is rooted in faith, patience, and trust. Just like in Matthew 6:33, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." I want you to know this. The person you're going to marry, they are someone who has been prepared by God to complement your soul. No, they might not fit the expectations of what you thought love would look like. They might surprise you in ways that make you question how it could be this perfect. But trust me, when the time comes, it will make perfect sense. If you're feeling moved, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to The Angel's Whisper for more divine messages from the angels. You are not alone in this journey. As you sit in the stillness of your heart, know that there is a divine plan unfolding. You are being guided every step of the way toward the person who will be your soulmate. I want you to understand that the process of finding true love is not about chance or random meetings. It is about a divine orchestration, a partnership between you and God to bring you closer to the one you are meant to be with. Your love story was written long before you were born, and every moment, every challenge, every blessing has led you here to this very moment, where the angels are whispering into your soul, "Your time is coming." You might be wondering, why now? Why at this very point in my life are things beginning to align? Well, my friend, the answer lies in God's perfect timing. You see, God knows exactly when you are ready. He knows your heart, He knows your desires, and He knows the exact moment when the person who will walk beside you in this journey of life will cross your path. There's a reason why it's taking a little longer than you might have hoped. God is not just preparing your future spouse. He is preparing you, molding you into the person who will be able to fully receive the love He is about to pour into your life. In your moments of doubt or when you feel discouraged, always remember that God's plan is far greater than anything we can imagine. His wisdom is infinite, and His love is all-encompassing. Proverbs 18:12 says, "Before a downfall the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor." This verse reminds us that sometimes we must undergo moments of humility to grow into the people we are destined to become. Your experiences, your struggles, your growth, these are all preparing you for the incredible love that is just around the corner. Can you feel it? The stirrings of your heart as you think about your future spouse. Maybe you've been dreaming of them already, or perhaps you've had a deep knowing that they are near. Sometimes it's hard to put into words, but trust me when I say this, your soulmate is coming, and they are coming at just the right moment. I want you to say out loud right now, I trust God's timing. As you do, you are affirming that you believe in the process, that you trust that God is at work, even when things don't seem to make sense. And you are also aligning your heart with the divine timing that will soon bring you together with the one who will be by your side forever. Now, here's something I need you to reflect on. You might think you know exactly what your future spouse will look like. You might have an idea of what their personality will be like or what age they'll be, and while those things matter, they are not as important as you might think. What truly matters is the connection that you share, the love that will flow between you both, and the deep spiritual bond that is already being formed in the heavens. Isaiah 43:19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." This verse is so powerful because it tells us that God is always doing something new in our lives, even when we don't see it. Right now, God is making a way for you and your future spouse to meet, even when the path may seem unclear. This is why the age of your future spouse might surprise you. It's not about the numbers. It's about the divine plan that has been set into motion. As you reflect on these words, I want to ask you a question. Do you truly trust God with your love story? Are you ready to step into the unknown, trusting that He will lead you to exactly where you need to be? The person you're meant to marry is someone who will help you grow in ways you never imagined. They will challenge you, love you, and support you in ways that will strengthen your faith. Together you will build a foundation of love that will stand the test of time. Take a moment to comment below, "I trust God's timing," or "I'm ready for my love story to unfold." Let us know that you are ready to embrace the journey and that you are willing to trust the divine timing of your life. Your words are powerful, and they carry the energy of faith, hope, and expectation. Let me share another verse with you. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." This verse beautifully captures the essence of the love that God has in store for you. Your love story will be filled with patience and kindness. It will not be based on selfish desires or worldly expectations, but on a deep spiritual connection that transcends everything else. You might be wondering, how do I recognize this person when they come into my life? How will I know they are the one? And I'll tell you this, you will know. When God brings this person into your life, it will be undeniable. It will be a connection that feels like home. You won't have to force anything, and it won't feel like something you've had to work hard for. It will feel natural, as if your souls have known each other for eternity. God will reveal the perfect match for you, and when you meet them, you will feel a sense of peace and understanding that this is the one He has chosen for you. As you continue on this journey, know that you are being prepared for something truly extraordinary. Your future spouse is being prepared as well, and when the time is right, the two of you will come together, bringing all of your experiences, your faith, and your love into a union that will be a reflection of God's glory. Now, I want you to take a moment and comment below, "I'm ready for my divine connection," or "God is guiding my love story." Share with us your commitment to trusting God's timing and your readiness to embrace the love that He has prepared for you. You are not waiting in vain. God is working behind the scenes, weaving together the story of your life and preparing you for the love that will change everything. Remember, my dear friend, You are not alone in this journey. God is walking beside you, and His angels are here to guide you every step of the way. Keep your heart open, stay patient, and trust that God is bringing you closer to the one who will walk with you in faith, love, and joy for the rest of your days. As you stand on the threshold of your future, I want you to remember this. The person you're destined to marry is not just anyone. They are someone handpicked by God, someone who will complement your soul in ways that you cannot yet fully comprehend. I know you've experienced heartache, disappointment, and perhaps moments of doubt, but I want to remind you that all of this has been part of the divine preparation process. God was teaching you, molding you, and growing you into the person who would be ready to love fully, deeply, and unconditionally. The trials you've faced, the lessons you've learned, and even the relationships that didn't work out. These have all been a part of God's perfect design. Through them, He was preparing both you and your future spouse for the love you will share. It's all about trust. Trust in God's plan. Trust in the timing of your life. And trust that the person you're meant to be with is not far away. They are coming, and when they do, everything will fall into place in a way that will astonish you. I can hear your heart asking, how will I know when it's time? The answer, my dear friend, lies within your own heart. God will give you a peace, a stillness, a knowing that transcends everything. You won't have to wonder or question when the time is right, because you will feel it in your spirit. It will be as if a veil is lifted and you will clearly see the path God has laid out for you. Remember, love is not about finding someone who is perfect in the worldly sense. True love, the kind that God has designed for you, is built on faith, mutual respect, and a deep spiritual connection. It is a love that is patient and kind, as described in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. This is not the kind of love that the world often portrays, where appearances and material possessions define the worth of a relationship. No, the love God has for you and the love you will share with your spouse will go beyond that. It will be grounded in a faith that moves mountains and a love that endures all things. Can you feel that love? It's being cultivated in the heavens right now, waiting for the perfect moment to manifest on earth. You might not see it yet, but trust me when I say that everything you are going through right now is preparing you for a love like you've never experienced before. Your heart is being stretched, your spirit is being shaped, and God is aligning everything around you to bring you to that person. You may be wondering about their age, why it might surprise you. Some of you might be expecting someone younger, and others might be thinking it will be someone older. But let me tell you this, God is not bound by our expectations. He is a God of surprises. The age of your future spouse is not the most important thing. What matters is that they are the perfect match for you, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. When you meet them, it will be clear that they were exactly what you needed all along, regardless of the number of years that separate you. The person you're going to marry is someone who will teach you new things, challenge you to grow, and support you in ways that will open your heart to even greater depths of love. They are someone who will stand by your side through the highs and lows, and together you will build a life that is rooted in faith and love. And here's the beautiful part. This love will grow stronger with each passing day, becoming more radiant as you walk together in God's grace. As we continue to reflect on the divine timing of your love story, I want you to take a moment and comment below, "I trust God's plan," or "God is writing my love story." This is your affirmation of faith, your declaration that you are ready to embrace the love that God has destined for you. Now, I want to share another powerful Bible verse with you. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." This verse reminds us that God's wisdom is beyond our comprehension. He sees the bigger picture, and while we may not understand everything right now, we can trust that His ways are always best. And this is where it all comes together. This is where we find peace in the waiting. Even if we don't understand why things are happening the way they are, we can rest in the knowledge that God has a perfect plan for us, and it is unfolding right now. So many of us get caught up in trying to control our own timelines, especially when it comes to relationships and love. But remember, God's timeline is far better than anything we could ever plan for ourselves. I know it's easy to become frustrated or impatient, but I want to encourage you today to trust the process. Trust that God is aligning everything perfectly, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Every step you take is a step closer to your divine connection. Your heart is being prepared for the love that will fill you completely, and your future spouse is being prepared for you. So I want to ask you again, are you ready? Are you truly ready to trust God's plan for your love story? Take a moment right now to comment below, "I am ready for my divine partner," or "I am ready for the love God has for me." Let your words be a testimony of your readiness to embrace what God has prepared for you. And while you're reflecting on this, know that God is already working behind the scenes. He is moving in ways you cannot see, orchestrating every detail of your future. The person you are destined to marry is already being prepared for you, and the moment you meet will be a divine revelation. I want you to know, dear friend, that no matter what you're facing today, there is a greater purpose at work. God is weaving the threads of your life, and He will never leave you or forsake you. His promises are true, and His love for you is immeasurable. The love you will share with your future spouse will be a reflection of that very love. As we continue on this journey, remember to stay rooted in faith. Keep your heart open to God's plan, and when the time comes, you will see that everything, every moment of waiting, every lesson, every prayer will have been worth it. Your love story is already unfolding, and the best is yet to come. As you reflect on everything we've shared so far, I want you to understand that the love you're about to experience isn't just about finding someone who fits into your life. It's about finding someone who is meant for you. They are going to come into your life at exactly the right time. They will bring a sense of peace and comfort that you never knew you needed. You'll realize in that moment that everything has led you to this very point, the very point where your soulmate will arrive, just as God has planned. You see, we often find ourselves wondering why the person hasn't shown up yet, or why things aren't happening as quickly as we would like. But remember, God's timing is always perfect. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." This verse reassures us that God is working in every season of our lives. Even in the waiting, there is beauty being formed. Every trial, every challenge, and every joy is shaping you into the person who will be ready to meet your future spouse when the time comes. I want you to imagine that moment when you finally meet the person God has been preparing for you. It will be a moment of divine recognition. It will feel as if time stands still, and you will realize that this person is not only your partner, but also your teammate in God's greater plan. Your lives will intersect in ways that align perfectly with God's design for both of you. And when you look into each other's eyes, it will be clear that this was meant to be. There will be no doubts, no second guessing, just an overwhelming sense of peace and purpose. But how do you prepare for that moment? How do you get ready to meet your soulmate, especially when they may not look or act exactly as you expected? The answer is simple. You must first prepare your own heart. You must work on yourself, deepen your faith, and grow into the person who will be able to fully love and support your future spouse. You have to trust that God is not just preparing them for you, He is preparing you for them. The waiting can be difficult. Sometimes it feels like you're standing still, and the world around you is moving at a fast pace. But know this, God is working behind the scenes in ways you can't even see. His plan is unfolding and everything is happening just as it should. As you wait for the person He has chosen for you, trust that this time is not wasted. It is a season of growth, of refining, and of becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. When the time comes, you will be ready to meet them with open arms and an open heart. I want you to pause for a moment and think about your future spouse. Can you see them? Can you feel the love that is already building between the two of you, even though you haven't met yet? It's real. This is not a fantasy or wishful thinking. This is God's promise to you. When you meet, it will feel as though your souls have known each other forever. As you reflect on this, I encourage you to comment below with the words, "I am ready for my divine partner," or "I trust God's plan for my love story." This is your declaration of faith, a way of affirming that you are ready to step into the love that God has for you. Your comment will be a testimony of your trust in God's timing, His plan, and the person He is preparing for you. Let's also reflect on another beautiful verse from Psalm 37:4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. This verse beautifully captures the essence of what you're going through right now. If you delight in the Lord, if you seek Him first, He will give you the desires of your heart. Your heart's deepest desire being to find a partner who truly complements you, spiritually and emotionally. And God, in His goodness, will bring that person to you when you least expect it, in the perfect moment. But what if I told you that God is not only preparing your heart, but also preparing your future spouse's heart? Your future spouse is right now going through their own journey, just as you are. They are growing, evolving, and learning. And just like you, they are being prepared by God for a love that will change everything. When the time comes for you to meet, both of you will bring your own experiences, your own growth, and your own journey to the table. Together you will build a relationship that is rooted in faith, trust, and the unconditional love of God. Here's the beautiful part. Your relationship will not be like the world's idea of love. It won't be built on superficial qualities or fleeting emotions. It will be built on the foundation of God's love, which is steadfast, unchanging, and eternal. You will love each other through the highs and the lows, and your bond will grow stronger with every passing day. As it says in 1 John 4:16, "So we have come to know and to believe the love that God has for us. God is love. Whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in them." You see, God's love is the glue that will hold your relationship together. It's His love that will sustain you both, even through the challenges and obstacles that life may bring. As you trust in His plan, as you embrace His love, you will find that everything else falls into place. So, I want to ask you now, are you truly ready to embrace this love? Are you ready to trust in God's timing, even if it means waiting a little longer than you hoped? Are you ready to step into the beautiful relationship that God has designed just for you? I want you to comment below with the words, "I trust God's timing," or "I am ready for God's love story." These words are more than just a comment. They are an affirmation of your faith, a declaration that you are ready to receive the love that God has prepared for you. And as you continue on this journey, remember that you are never alone. God is walking beside you every step of the way. His angels are guiding you and His love is surrounding you. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. The person you're meant to marry is coming, and when the time is right, everything will fall into place. As you continue to wait and trust in God's divine timing, there's something beautiful you should know. God's love for you is endless. This love is beyond anything you can imagine or comprehend. It transcends time, circumstances, and even the concept of age. The person you're going to marry may not fit into the box that you've created in your mind, and that's okay. The age of your future spouse, just like every other detail of your life, is orchestrated by God, and it will be exactly what you need. You see, God's ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts, as we read in Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. This verse tells us that God's wisdom is far beyond our understanding. He knows exactly what you need, and He will provide it in His perfect time. You may have a picture in your mind of what your future spouse will look like, but God's plan is far more detailed, far more fulfilling than anything you could ever dream. I want you to think about this for a moment. The person you are about to marry is someone who will complement you in every way. They will help you grow in ways you never thought possible, and they may not fit the mold of what you've imagined in the past. Their age, background, and experiences may surprise you, but I want you to know that these are all pieces of God's perfect design. This person is going to be the perfect fit for your heart, your soul, and your destiny. Have you ever thought about what it means to be prepared for love? Sometimes we focus so much on finding the right person, but we forget that we too must be prepared. We need to open our hearts and allow God to mold us into the person who is ready to love deeply, to give, and to receive. The process of becoming ready for love is not always easy, but it is always worth it. And as you go through this process, know that God is preparing you to receive the love that He has already set aside for you. Take a moment to reflect. How are you preparing yourself for the love of your life? Are you actively working on your heart, your spirit, and your life to be ready for the one God is sending your way? If you're ready to commit to this journey of personal growth, comment below with the words, "I am preparing my heart," or "I am ready to receive God's love." These words will be a reminder to you and others that this journey is not just about finding someone else. It's also about becoming the best version of yourself so that you can give and receive love freely. It's easy to get caught up in the world's definition of love. The world tells us that love is about finding someone who meets all our external expectations, someone who fits our idealized image of perfection. But I want you to hear this. God's love is not based on perfection. It's based on purpose. When you meet the person you're meant to marry, it won't be because they check all the boxes on your list. It will be because, in the deepest parts of your soul, you will recognize that they are exactly who you were meant to spend your life with. You will know that God brought you together at the perfect time, and you will understand that this love was worth the wait. Have you ever had moments of doubt where you questioned if love would ever come your way? Perhaps you've asked, is this all worth it? Will I ever find the one God has planned for me? If so, I want you to know that you are not alone. Many of us go through seasons of waiting, but it's during these seasons that God is doing the most work in us. He is preparing us to receive the love we've been longing for. Your future spouse is coming. God is working in both of your lives right now, making sure that when you meet, everything will fall into place. Remember the verse from Matthew 6:33, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This verse reassures us that when we focus on God, when we seek Him first in every area of our lives, including love, He will bless us in ways we cannot even imagine. Your love story is not a random series of events. It is a part of God's plan, and it is unfolding exactly as it should. So, as you wait for your divine partner, I want to encourage you to trust that God is working in the background. He is bringing all the pieces together. He is aligning your paths so that when you meet, it will be the perfect moment. The love you've been waiting for is not a fantasy. It is real and it is coming. Trust that God is working even when you can't see the whole picture yet. Now, as we continue this journey of faith and anticipation, I want you to take a moment to comment below with the words, "God is writing my love story," or "I am ready for the divine connection God has for me." This is your declaration of trust and faith in the process. You are affirming that you believe in God's timing and that you are ready to receive the love He has prepared for you. God's promises are always true, and His love is never ending. If you're feeling uncertain or anxious, I want you to take comfort in knowing that God sees you. He knows the desires of your heart. He knows your deepest longings, and He is already working to fulfill them. Your future spouse is coming, and when the time is right, everything will align perfectly. Let's talk about the moment you finally meet them. That moment will be one of divine recognition. You will both feel it in your hearts, a deep knowing that this is the person you were always meant to be with. And when you do meet them, don't be surprised if you feel as if you've known them for a lifetime. Your souls will recognize each other, and everything will suddenly make sense. The age difference, the background, the timing, it will all be a part of God's perfect plan. And when you stand together, you will know that this was worth the wait. And in that moment, you will realize that the wait wasn't about finding the right person. It was about becoming the right person. God is preparing you to love with all your heart. And when the time comes, you will love with a depth and understanding that can only come from Him. Trust that this is His plan, and He will bring you the love you've always dreamed of. So, as you continue to wait, continue to trust, continue to work on yourself, continue to seek God first, and when the time is right, you will meet the person who is meant for you, and your love story will be a testimony of God's goodness and faithfulness. As you continue your journey of faith, I want you to remember one essential truth. God is always working behind the scenes, even when you don't see it. The moments you may feel alone or uncertain about your love life are actually the moments when God is shaping you for the most extraordinary relationship you could ever imagine. His plans are always far greater than anything we could orchestrate on our own. Just as Psalm 139:16 says, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Every day, every moment, and every experience has been written in God's perfect plan. The love you're waiting for is not a mere coincidence. It is a divine purpose unfolding. When you reflect on your life, think about all the times God has brought you through challenges, through loneliness, through heartbreak. And yet, you are still standing, still waiting with faith in your heart. This waiting time is not a waste. It is part of your preparation for the love that is coming. Now let's consider something important, the role of patience in God's love story for you. We live in a world that tells us to rush, to chase, to find love as quickly as possible, but God's love is different. It is patient, kind, and slow to anger. His love does not rush, and neither should your love story. When the time is right, the right person will arrive, and it will be the right timing for both of you. The waiting, the moments of longing, and the quiet moments of prayer are all part of God's process to help you grow into the person who can fully receive this divine love. Romans 8:25 reminds us, "But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently." This is a reminder that waiting is not a sign of being forgotten or overlooked. It is a sign of hope. And hope does not disappoint. As you wait, know that you are waiting in expectation, trusting that God's plan is unfolding perfectly in your life. If you're feeling the weight of waiting, if you're struggling to remain patient and trust in God's timing, I want you to take a moment and comment below, "I am waiting in hope," or "I trust God's timing for my love story." These words are a reflection of your heart's desire to trust in God, to remain patient, and to acknowledge that your waiting is not in vain. Every moment you spend in faith is a moment that is bringing you closer to the love you've been waiting for. As you wait for the love God has planned for you, there will be moments when you begin to question things. You may wonder why it's taking so long or why it hasn't happened yet. But let me assure you, those questions are natural. God knows exactly when you are ready, and He knows when your future spouse is ready. Trust that everything will come together in His perfect timing. There will be a time when the waiting will end, and you will meet the person who has been destined for you. It will be a moment that feels like it was meant to be, like it was always supposed to happen. And when you meet them, you will realize that everything, every season of waiting, every tear, and every prayer was worth it. They will be your companion, your confidant, and your true partner in life. As you continue to prepare for that moment, it's important to reflect on the qualities that God is developing in you. The process of waiting is not just about preparing for someone else. It is also about preparing yourself. Are you growing in your faith? Are you learning how to love deeply? Are you becoming the person who can truly love with the depth and commitment that a God-given marriage requires? Take this time to reflect. How can you continue to grow in love, patience, and faith during this waiting period? What lessons can you learn that will help you be ready for the beautiful relationship God has prepared for you? As you answer these questions, I want you to comment below with the words, "I am growing in faith," or "I am becoming ready for God's love." These words will be your commitment to personal growth and preparation, affirming that you are working on yourself while God is working behind the scenes to bring you to the one you will marry. Let's dive deeper into another powerful verse that speaks to God's plan for your love life. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." God has plans for you. His plans for your life are filled with prosperity, hope, and love. These plans include the person you are going to marry, the love you will share, and the life you will build together. His plan for you is not to harm you, but to give you a future filled with blessings and joy. When you think about the love God has for you, remember this verse. It's a reminder that everything He does is for your good. Now, it's important to recognize that God's plan for your marriage is not just about the two of you. It's about how you both fit into His larger purpose for the world. Your relationship will be a reflection of His love to others. It will be a witness to the people around you of God's faithfulness and goodness. And as you build this relationship, it will not just bless you, but it will also bless the world around you. You and your spouse will become a team, working together for God's glory, building a life of love, joy, and purpose. I want you to think about this. Your marriage will be a light in the world. It will shine as a testament to God's love and the beauty of His plan. And when you meet the person you are going to marry, you will see how your individual journeys have been woven together by God's hands to create something greater than the sum of its parts. So I encourage you to continue waiting with hope, trusting that God's plan is unfolding perfectly. Know that the person you're destined to marry is being prepared, just as you are being prepared. And when the time is right, you will both come together in a love that will last a lifetime. As you wait, continue to pray, continue to grow, and continue to trust. Remember, you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, and His angels are guiding you toward the person you're meant to be with. Take a moment now to comment below with the words, "I trust God's plan for my marriage," or "I know my divine partner is coming." Your comments are a declaration of your faith, and they are an encouragement to others who are on the same journey. You are not just waiting in silence, you are preparing, you are growing, and you are trusting.